1967 gave us Aretha Franklin demanding respect. The Temptations crying, I'm losing you. Losing you! I don't wanna lose you. And Sam and Dave shouted, Soul Man. I'm a soul man. Don't you wanna soul? But that was only the beginning. From iconic anthems to overlooked gems, these are 12 R&B and soul songs from 1967 we'll never forget. 1. Aretha Franklin, Respect. When Aretha Franklin reworked Otis Redding's Respect in 1967, she transformed it from a man's plea into a universal demand for dignity. The track's brilliance lay in its driving horn riff, gospel-rooted piano chords, and call-and-response backing vocals that shouted, "Sock it to me," like a rallying cry. Won't you Aretha added the now legendary Respect spelling section herself, turning it into an anthem that transcended music to become a civil rights and feminist declaration. The song hit number 1 on both the pop and R&B charts, instantly making Aretha the queen of soul. Rolling Stone later crowned it the greatest song of all time. Few records in history so perfectly combined raw groove, technical brilliance, and cultural power. 2. The Four Tops, Bernadette. The Four Tops hit dramatic heights in 1967 with Bernadette, a storm of desperation wrapped in Holland Dozier Holland's trademark Motown polish. Levi Stubbs' lead vocal is one of soul's most visceral performances. He sang so hard that producers worried he might collapse in the booth. Behind him, orchestral strings, insistent bass, and gospel-style call and response created a sense of urgency that pushed the track into the R&B top 5. It stood out even among the Tops' flawless catalog for its emotional intensity. While not their biggest crossover smash, Bernadette remains a fan favorite, showing how passion and arrangement could elevate a love song into near operatic drama. 3. Marvin Gaye and Tammi Terrell, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Released in 1967, Ain't No Mountain High Enough became one of Motown's most enduring duets, pairing Marvin Gaye and Tammi Terrell. Surprisingly, their vocals were recorded separately, yet their chemistry sounded inseparable. You need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter. The track blended stomping Motown rhythm, soaring orchestral flourishes, and perfectly interwoven male-female call and response to create a formula that future duets would chase for decades. I told you could always count on me, darling. Written by Ashford and Simpson, the song wasn't a huge pop hit at first, but grew in stature over time, eventually becoming a staple of film soundtracks and wedding playlists. More than a love song, it symbolized the emotional power of partnership, cementing Marvin and Tammi as one of Motown's most beloved duos. If that duet showed Motown's polish at its peak, stay tuned. The next track came from Memphis teenagers who turned a playful jam into a horn-driven anthem. 4. The Bar-Kays, Soulfinger. In 1967, a group of Memphis teenagers burst onto the charts with Soulfinger, a horn-heavy instrumental that became an instant party anthem, built on syncopated bass, tight horn riffs, and hand-clap-driven rhythm. The track showcased the raw Stax sound in a playful way. The iconic "Hey Hey" shouts weren't studio singers, but neighborhood kids brought in to chant along, giving the single its joyous energy. Soulfinger climbed to number 3 R&B and number 17 pop, positioning the Bar-Kays as heirs to Booker T and the MGs. Though tragedy would soon change the group's path, this breakout proved that even youthful exuberance could create one of soul's most infectious grooves. 5. Wilson Pickett, Funky Broadway. Wilson Pickett cemented his status as a soul powerhouse with Funky Broadway in 1967, the first charting record to use the word funky.
Broadway crowd.
Originally cut by Dyke and the Blazers, Pickett's version gave the song a harder edge, thanks to his gritty vocals, stabbing horns, and swampy rhythm guitar. It shot to #1 on the R&B chart and broke into the pop top 10, helping usher funk into the mainstream vocabulary. Beyond the charts, the song captured a new street-level energy in soul, bridging the gap between R&B and the emerging funk movement. Pickett's raw performance ensured the track became more than a novelty. It was a cultural pivot point. 6. The Supremes, Reflections. By 1967, Motown's biggest girl group was evolving, and Reflections marked that change. It was their first single credited to Diana Ross and the Supremes, signaling Ross's rising stardom. Musically, it was one of Motown's first ventures into psychedelic soul, blending traditional R&B with futuristic textures like the Moog synthesizer. Its shimmering strings and echo-laden production reflected the era's experimentation, while Diana's lead vocal anchored the song with longing and elegance. Though not their biggest hit, it became a milestone, showing how Motown could adapt to the shifting sounds of the late 60s. Reflections paved the way for more adventurous production within the label. Coming up, after Motown's polished experiments, the next voice on our list wrote her own hit and claimed the R&B crown. 7. Bettye Swann, Make Me Yours. In 1967, Bettye Swann climbed to the top of the R&B charts with Make Me Yours.
I was about to give, and then you came along.
A song she not only sang, but also wrote herself. Its strength lay in understated guitar lines, crisp drumming, and Swann's warm conversational vocal style that felt more like a personal plea than a performance. While the track reached #1 R&B, Swann never achieved the same level of crossover fame as her Motown contemporaries. Her decision to later step away from the industry and live a private life as a teacher only deepened the mystique around her.
I don't care what nobody says, I want you for all.
Make Me Yours remains a testament to how independent artistry could thrive, even in an industry dominated by powerhouse labels. Loving this journey through 67 Soul? Stay tuned and hit subscribe so you never miss a beat. 8. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas, Tramp. Stax Records captured lightning in a bottle with Tramp, a playful duet between Otis Redding and Carla Thomas. The track was built on gritty guitar riffs, laid-back bass, and a loose groove that left plenty of space for their back-and-forth banter. Half sung, half spoken. It blurred the line between comedy and soul, making it stand out in 1967. Despite its lighthearted tone, the song still hit the R&B top 5.
You know what, Otis? I don't care what you say, you're still a tramp.
Proving audiences were happy to embrace humor alongside deep emotion. It also highlighted Redding's ability to shift from fiery ballads to pure fun without losing authenticity.
Look here, you ain't got no money.
Tramp remains one of the most unique duets in soul history. 9. The Esquires, Get On Up. Hailing from Chicago, the Esquires made their mark with Get On Up, a high-energy single that blended doo-wop harmonies, syncopated hand claps, and an infectious falsetto lead. The song's relentless groove was tailor-made for the dance floor, and it peaked at number 11 pop and number 3 R&B. Their choreography-heavy stage shows became a calling card, influencing later vocal groups who sought to pair sharp moves with tight harmonies. Though the Esquires never matched this breakout success, Get On Up has endured as a Northern Soul favorite and and a reminder that Chicago's scene could rival Detroit's. It was proof that even so-called one-hit wonders could carve out a permanent place in soul history. Stay tuned, because next, Motown's biggest male group showed how grit and gospel fire could redefine soul. 10. The Temptations. I Know, I'm Losing You. By 1967, The Temptations were shifting from silky harmonies to something tougher, and I Know, I'm Losing You
I can feel your love, baby. Girl, it's me.
marked the turning point. Produced by Norman Whitfield, the track was anchored by Dennis Edwards' urgent, gospel-soaked lead, driving bass lines and stabbing horn accents. Its darker edge signaled the group's move toward psychedelic soul, which Whitfield would perfect in the years ahead.
Ooh, baby, I'm losing you.
The song hit number 1 on the R&B chart and became a fan favorite, later covered by Rare Earth and Rod Stewart, proving its cross-genre power. It remains a defining moment where Motown polished passion into raw urgency, showing the Temptations could match vocal beauty with grit. 11. The Mad Lads, I Want Someone. Stax Records wasn't known for smooth harmony groups, but the Mad Lads were the exception.
I want someone.
I Want Someone paired doo-wop-styled falsetto leads, gospel harmonies, and Memphis rhythm guitar into a sound that stood apart from Stax's usual gritty catalog. Released in 1967, it became one of their signature tracks,
Be someone somewhere.
highlighting their ability to bridge older vocal traditions with Southern soul instrumentation. While the group never reached the national prominence of their label mates, their recordings have since gained cult status among collectors. The Mad Lads proved that Stax wasn't just about powerhouse shouters, it also had room for tenderness and harmony-driven ballads.
There must be someone.
12. Sam and Dave, Soul Man. Closing 1967 with pure fire, Sam and Dave delivered Soul Man, written by Isaac Hayes and David Porter. Inspired by graffiti reading Soul Brother during the civil rights uprisings, the song became both a dance floor anthem and a cultural statement. Built on blazing horns, syncopated guitar riffs, and the duo's electrifying call and response vocals, it climbed to number 1 R&B and top 5 pop, winning a Grammy along the way. Soul Man embodied the grit, joy, and urgency of Stax at its peak, cementing Sam and Dave's reputation as one of the greatest duos in soul history. Its message and energy remained instantly recognizable more than half a century later. From Aretha's demand for respect to Sam and Dave's declaration of soul, 1967 gave us songs that still resonate today. Unforgettable voices from a golden era. A year when soul shouted, whispered, and grooved its way into history. Which of these classics still hits you hardest today? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into soul's golden years, and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. And if you want to go even further back, check out our 1964 R&B soul songs video next.